Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the garage. Gerald here with you, of course. And look at this guy, my boy, Jonathan Fujii.
Hello.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? Hello. Good to see you. Love the hoodie. Shout out,
yeah,
Letterboxd.
Dude. It's cold out here in the garage. Oh, I thought you meant because it was a hoodie, but yeah, Letterboxd too. Whatever. Repping brands out here, you know.
That's right.
Look, we're gonna do a fun experiment. You know, the Oscar season's here, as you know. I mean, award season is in full effect. It's getting kind of weird out there, by the way. It's a little volatile today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're recording this on Thursday, and there's been some, but it's a pretty active scene out there. Real quick before I tell people about the game that we're playing today, which is involving the Oscar nominees. What did you think of the batch this year, the Academy Award nominees this year? What did you think?
All right. Overall, you know what? I was going to say it could have been worse, but now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know. Maybe I think we might be in the worst timeline.
Really?
That is my doom scrolling mindset. They obviously do some cool stuff in the midst of my, panic over a certain movie and everything. I guess I didn't appreciate the substance. A horror movie getting multiple nominations.
Yeah.
I did not believe the Academy would ever go for that movie, and I'm so glad they've proved me wrong, which is insane for that kind of movie. So obviously with everything, there's stuff that I like, there's stuff that I don't. There's always snubs, surprises, disappointments, excitement. Overall, though, obviously with such a large headline looming over this, I can't say I am that thrilled overall, but who knows? Maybe I'm just being cynical.
Well, it's interesting. I kind of share your sentiment a little bit, but it's kind of funny to me because I was equal parts like pissed off and excited when I saw the nominees, and when I was kind of like doing my predictions leading up to it, assuming that they would mostly be correct, because so many movies I did love this year. Like 4 of the nominees are in my top 10, which is like literally never happens by top 10 of the year. So, like you said, movies like The Substance, I mean, 5 years ago, that wouldn't have even existed as far as the Academy is concerned. So, but I don't want to give too much away. You may know my preferences, but I don't want to give too much away about what I did love because of the game we're going to play tonight. But I think it was kind of a mixed bag this year. The Emilia Perez thing. I mean, it's 13's too many. I mean, it's crazy. I mean,
it's insane. We've lost the plot. We're
talking about beating movies like The Godfather, and it's tied with Oppenheimer. It's like a modern masterpiece. I mean, it's just crazy. So the Emilia Perez aside of it all, we love award season. I think it's a good batch all around. Some great performances got recognized, but there were some that got left out of the nominations. Of course, there's snubs every year, as you mentioned, Fujii. But not only that, sometimes performances in films that we might think are amazing and are Oscar worthy don't even get involved in the conversation, or they might be in the conversation and kind of fizzle out as the months go on. So the game that we're going to play today, what we're going to do is what we're going to call the Oscar swap. So we're going to be swapping, each of us are going to be swapping one nominee from the 6 major categories. So when we get done with this game today, the 6 major categories will remain 3 of the original nominees, but then Jonathan will have a nominee in the category and I'll have a nominee in the category. So where he's going to eliminate whoever he thinks the weakest in that category is, and he's going to substitute it with somebody that did not get nominated. And I'm going to do the same in each of those 6 categories. An interesting thing is, I want to make sure everybody knows, is that each of us have what we're calling a lifeline throughout this video. So I'm holding on to mine. He's got his over there. If I try to eliminate one of Jonathan's favorite nominees, he can save it. And he can say, nope, I'm using my lifeline. So that one would stay in the bunch, and then I would have to pick somebody else to take out. And vice versa for me as well. So does that make sense, Jonathan? I did good explaining that, right?
Yep. Locked in.
So we're going to go through them all. And another thing is we're going to pick whichever category we want to go first or be next when it's our turn. We're going to take turns. Jonathan's going to go first. We're doing Best Picture, Best Director, and the 4 acting categories, the 2 leads and the 2 supportings. So, Jonathan, what category do you want to jump to first? And then once we're there, you can tell me who you're trying to eliminate from the nominees.
All right. So, let me see. Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go first? I'll start with Best Actress because I think
lead actress. Okay.
Yeah. lead actress because I think it's actually a pretty solid category.
It is. That's why
pretty
I'm like
solid
that you did this
category, except for a very easy swap for me.
Yeah.
Again, we're recording on an interesting day, but I will swap Carla Sofia Gascon from Emilia Perez. Sorry, gotta go. Sorry, gotta go.
I was gonna say Spain is upset or Mexico, but I think it's France is upset. I don't know. It's a very strange.
Everyone's upset as of when we're recording. So I will swap.
Okay.
And we have some good options who weren't nominated. I will go for a movie that I'm a little surprised is more divisive than I thought it was going to be, but I happen to love it. I'm going to swap in Nicole Kidman for Baby Girl.
Hey, good one. Yeah, she was on my list of potentials to put in there too. I mean, her career, man, that's one of the most courageous performances she's ever done. Going back to her Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, absolutely.
Persona.
Love it.
Yeah, she's doing it big there, man. All right, so you took out. So now I have to do lead actress. So you took out Carla Sofia Gascon, and you put in Nicole Kidman for Baby Girl. So I did have an alternate, by the way. Not to anyone's shock, Gascon was also my first choice to take out of the category. I do love the trans representation. I've made that very vocal on my channel and on my podcast. I think that's great. But from these performances, like you said, this is a stout group. So it's not even that I disliked her performance in Emilia Perez.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely the weakest of the five, in my opinion, which by that mentality, the next to last weakest for me would be Cynthia Erivo for Wicked. So I'll take her out. I mean, I'm just not a musicals guy, so I feel like I can fall back on that a little bit. I did like the movie. On my most recent video, I said it looked like Rainbow Bright and My Little Pony had a baby with the color palette. But I mean, aside from just like, taking me off guard with the colors, it was a good film and I liked the musical. I thought it was a good adaptation, but I would have to take her out because the other three are so strong for me. Torres, Madison especially, she's actually my winner, and Demi Moore, who's probably going to end up winning.
Yeah.
Let me put in maybe a bit of a curveball, but how great would this narrative have been this year if June Squibb had been nominated?
Wow.
That have been awesome.
Wow. I didn't know where you were going with that. I love that.
Let's go, man.
I love that.
She's like 93 years old or something. Still doing it. It's like a Tom Cruise action movie, man.
That's great. So, that's a great nomination.
So me and Fujii get involved. The nominees would be Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here, Demi Moore for The Substance, Mikey Madison for Honora, Nicole Kidman for Baby Girl, and June Squibb for Thelma.
That's amazing. What a top five.
I'll have a little title card there. So we didn't have to use any lifelines or anything.
No, I'm good. That was Cynthia Erivo. Cynthia Erivo is great, but she also would have been my next pick. So
okay, all right. So
we aligned there
so far.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to jump to. It's my turn to pick the category. So I'm going to jump to Best Picture.
Okay.
Because I feel like I won't get any pushback from you by taking Emilia Perez out, which is what I'm going to do.
Feel free.
I feel like this game is just who can take out as much Emilia Perez nominations as possible. I'm going to take out Emilia Perez, and I'm going to put in Nosferatu.
Love it.
I'm a horror guy. That was actually my number one movie of the year, and it did get 4 below the line categories. So a lot of people actually thought it might sneak into that 10th spot, which of course I'm Still Here did that, which is great. But Nosferatu is in there for me. Are you down with that?
That's crazy because I would have done the exact same thing.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I would have done the exact same thing.
Dude, I knew
that's great,
man. All right, cool. Your turn.
All right.
What picture nominee are you taking out?
So, Emilia Perez obviously would have been my pick, as I mentioned. I don't mean to be a hater on the genre, but if I'm ranking it, I got to take out Wicked.
Oh, wow.
Wicked would be next up on the chopping block for me.
Man, the Selena-nators and the R-nators or whatever. What are they all called? I don't know. They hate us.
Aria-nator. Oh.
Just taking out everything Emilia. Sorry,
you have no clue what my comments look like for the past few months.
I probably would have done the same thing though, because I did my rankings and that actually was my number 9, but not because I didn't like it. It just was the 9th best for me.
Yeah. Something's got to be 9th.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like Wicked, but something's got to be 9th. And I would want to put in Challengers.
Yay, good one.
Yeah,
you came through.
Feels basic, but got to do it.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. I can't believe it didn't get nominated for score. By the way, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I can believe it. because it does not sound like an Oscar score, but
I know.
I just thought maybe we're there. You know, when they're nominating stuff like The Substance, I'm like, well, if they're doing that, then of course they can nominate challengers for score.
Yeah.
But they didn't. So, all right. So I'll throw a title card up on the screen, but the 10 nominees, if Fujii and I got involved, would be A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Nickel Boys, I'm Still Here, The Substance, Dune Part 2, Anora, The Brutalist, Nosferatu, and Challengers. Man.
Wow.
We are killing this game. That is
amazing.
That is a sweet 10 right there. Can you imagine that was actually the 10? Like, Film Twitter would have literally fell apart.
I would have gone crazy.
Oh, man. Okay. So we did lead actress. We did best picture. You're up next. What category you want to jump to?
All right. Let's just go to director.
So director, the nominees currently are Coralie Farja, James Mangold, Sean Baker, Jacques Audard, and Brady Corbet. So you're up. Who you taking out?
Again, I don't like. I think I know. I'm starting to feel bad for this video, but Jacques Audard, you gotta go, brother. You gotta go. Get out. Goodbye. No disrespect, kind of, but goodbye. And Denis Villeneuve, welcome.
Yes, I would have done the exact same thing, dude. My notes say the same thing.
Welcome to the club, man. It's the easiest swap of my life.
It really is. I mean, I've talked about this on videos on my channel, but I don't get it, man. Dune Part 1 and Dune Part 2, they're blanking the guy. I mean, it's like
I'm lost.
It's like the craziest directing in that series so far, and he's just not getting. He's getting very little love for it, and it's the most baffling thing, honestly, of award season. Yeah. Even over the Amelia Perez stuff. I mean, really, it is. It's like crazy. To me, this is more baffling. You know.
Yep.
All right, so you took out Audard, which I can't disagree with you there. Looking at my notes here, look, I really like A Complete Unknown. I want everybody to know that. And I actually predicted Mangold to get that nomination. I saw your reaction that you were not. All right, I'll just say you were less than thrilled when he was called, at least in your reaction.
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
But I called it. I like him. Logan, Walk the Line. I mean, he's a great director, and I love that movie. I love Timmy. But I would take out Mangold. I think he kind of snuck in there at the last minute because of DGAs and some other stuff anyway. So really, he knows he's not really supposed to be there. So we'll take him out. And I will put in another kind of curveball because I did June Squibb earlier. I will put in, let's see. I'll put in Jane Schoenbrunn, the director of I Saw the TV.
Love that.
And also kind of making up for some of this Amelia Perez hate because that's great translation too.
Yeah, that's right.
And I wish that movie had gotten some love, honestly, on the award circuit. I feel like it was, the direction, the cinematography. I mean, it was all stellar. So
yeah,
I Saw the TV Glow, Jane Schoenbrunn. That's what I'll put in there for director. So
love it.
That would put us with Coralie Farja for The Substance, Sean Baker for Anora, Brady Corbet for The Brutalist, Denis Villeneuve for Dune Part 2, and Jane Schoenbrunn for I Saw the TV Glow. Wow. We are absolutely slaying this project.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Who picked that category? You did, right?
I did. Yep. Your turn.
All right. No lifelines have been used yet.
Nope.
Some of these categories are kind of tight though. Let's see.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what. Oof. I don't want anybody out of that category. I tell you what I'll do. Let me find it on here. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go to Best Supporting Actor next.
Okay. All right.
And I gotta be honest with you. I actually am okay with this 5. Like, I like all of these performances. I really do. My least favorite, although I do still like it, but it would definitely come in 5th place, is Edward Norton in A Complete Unknown.
Wow.
I love him. I love him. I just... Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's a little, shucks, and like, he never has any animation in the movie. I mean, he's just very, he's just very consistent through. I mean, it's good. I know that's how Pete Seeger was in real life. Like, I mean, it's great.
Yeah.
But of the 5, I feel like I'm going to lose him. And I will put in Clarence Macklin, of course. He was my leader all season for Sing Sing.
Got to.
Yeah. I don't know why I forgot that because I've been talking about him getting nominated for 2 months now, but he didn't, which bummed me out. And Sing Sing kept missing. But for me, Clarence Macklin really belongs in this category, so I'm going to throw him in there. Are you down with that?
Okay. Yeah, I can go with that. I Norton would be higher up in my own supporting thing, but not enough for like a lifeline. Not enough for that. You don't deserve a lifeline, Edward Norton. Not for that one. Okay, I like that. Obviously, Clarence Macklin, amazing performance.
And you got to take somebody out. This is a strong 4 here, man.
This is a strong 4. I think you're gonna use a lifeline here.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I actually don't know your feelings on this movie, but I have a feeling you're gonna use a lifeline.
Oh god.
For me, gosh, I mean,
there's from Amelia Perez in the category. So.
Yeah, exactly. So notice it's the first tough category. I like Jeremy Strong in The Apprentice.
Yeah,
I like Guy Pearce in The Brutalist.
Oh, just
I like all these. Yeah, just like.
Really?
Oh, gosh.
Honestly,
Honestly,
was like otherworldly in that, man. I thought that was the best performance of his career, dude.
Yeah,
I'm not going to use a lifeline.
No. I'm not. I'm actually not picking Guy Pearce. I'm going to pick the eventual Oscar winner. I would kick out Kieran Culkin.
Dude, you're out here dropping heat.
Hey, man.
Because it's a lead performance or what?
Well, it is definitely a lead performance for sure.
Yeah. Sure.
I find, and this is not even necessarily his fault, but I find the portrayal of that character a little bit annoying. And I understand if someone's like, that is the point. I hear it. I've seen it twice. It doesn't impress me, I guess. It just doesn't impress me. I'm like one of 5 people that come away from that movie being like, wow, Jesse Eisenberg. Because everyone else is looking at Kieran Culkin. So I am in the minority. Totally get that. I would kick him out.
Yeah. I'm not going to. Is that the one you thought I would use a lifeline for?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I really did like his performance in that, but I also, actually for both of them, for Eisenberg too, I actually remember thinking when I saw it, and this is before it had like a lot of awards traction, I remember thinking like, that was good, but I mean, they were just kind of like dudes on the set just kind of playing themselves. I remember like kind of thinking that, you know? Like it wasn't like a stretch, I didn't feel like. I mean, he's good in it, but at the same time, I just didn't know how much range he really needed for that particular character. So I don't disagree with what you're saying. How do you feel about him kind of sweeping the season then? Because that might be where we're headed.
Yeah, again, I mean, obviously, if I pick him out, I don't really care for the sweep. Yeah. Don't really like it, but obviously, it's nothing to throw my hands over. And to the point that he is a lead, I've said on my channel many times, like I don't have the energy to care for category fraud, and that is true. But to be fair, because I do think he's a lead performance, co-lead, that thing that happens. Like if he wasn't there, like Clarence Macklin just easily slots into that. So he takes away a slot from some. So it's just something there. So
and when we were talking about I had my friend Lex on, and we were talking about after the nominees were announced, and we made that point where if you take Kieran Culkin out of supporting and then you try to put him into that lead category, I mean he doesn't fit in there. He wouldn't. He is too crowded over there for him. So I guess it was kind of smart, honestly, to campaign him and support him. But there's category fraud, honestly, all over the place this year. I mean,
all over.
Ariana Grande and Zoe Saldana. I mean, so who are you putting in?
All right, so I'm going by what the FYC deems as the category. So again, we could even get into a discussion about this, but according to where they were officially campaigned, I would sub in Josh O'Connor for challengers.
That's a good one. Yeah. So you don't think Zendaya is definitely a lead, right?
Yeah,
so
Zendaya's a lead, and they submitted the 2 guys in supporting. I would have done Clarence Macklin, a true supporting performance. You already did that, so I have to go with Josh O'Connor.
Okay. By the way, I'm surprised you didn't think about removing Yuri Borisov in here. Did you like his kind of quiet, almost nonverbal performance in Anora? I mean, I guess you did, right? I mean, yeah.
I liked it. I'll be honest though, the first watch, I didn't, and that was in September at TIFF. Not a lot of buzz for him was there, and then the second time I watched it when it came out in theaters, I felt like he stood out much more, especially because he does own a lot of the second half of that movie. So I get
very pivotal to the last act of the film. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, man. Okay, so here we go. Supporting actor, me and Fujii helping out. We got Guy Pearce for The Brutalist, Yuri Borisov for Honora, Jeremy Strong for The Apprentice, Clarence Macklin for Sing Sing, and Josh O'Connor for Challengers. Hey, you're doing the work for Challengers over there.
I know.
Too bad we're not doing the score category. I think I could guess what you're doing.
Yep.
Okay, that was me, right? So you get to pick the next. There's 2 categories left. We have lead actor, or is there? Yeah, there's lead actor left and supporting actress, right?
Yep.
So where are you going to go, man?
All right, got to go supporting actress.
Oh, that's a tough one. Too bad Jamie Lee's not in here for this game.
All right.
Okay, I'm here. All right, go ahead. Who are you taking out? But let me tell everybody. So the nominees as it stands right now are Zoe Saldana for Amelia Perez, Felicity Jones for The Brutalist, Monica Barbaro for Complete Unknown, Ariana Grande for Wicked, and Isabella Rossellini for Conclave. Jonathan is going to replace one of those ladies.
Yeah, so again, this category could have been so much worse. It could have been so much worse. So I guess in a way, I'm just thankful for that.
I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. So I'm sorry, but Zoe Saldana, you gotta go.
Wow,
you gotta go. You gotta go.
Amelia Perez even stretched here, huh?
You gotta go. I think 2 things can be true at once, where she is, I guess, the most agreeable part of that movie for me.
Yeah.
But also, you still gotta go. Like, if I'm looking at it, gotta go.
You know, I gotta tell you, we haven't used our lifelines. I'm tempted to use it for her because I do.
Really?
She's the only thing about that movie that I even remotely enjoy.
She's also a lead. I will say that.
But then I'm worried about who you're going to take out, which then means I got to take somebody. It just narrows it down a little bit. And there's a couple other ladies in here that I definitely don't want to lose. So go ahead, do your thing. So Zoe Saldana, the front runner in 2 categories, guys. He got Kieran Culkin out, and now he's taking Zoe out.
That's true. I didn't even realize that.
Oh my God. The whole race has changed.
Yeah, this just shows my feelings on how things are going right now, doesn't it?
Who do you want to put in there, man?
Not just an Asian thing, I promise, but Joan Chen and Dee Dee.
Hey, I had her on my list.
Welcome.
Yeah. Oh, no,
that's what you got to do.
Yeah. That was my alternate. So the one that I was going to put in there is still there. So I can do this, man. Here we go. You ready? So Joan Chen for Dee Dee slides in for Zoe Saldana. Wow.
That's right.
Hey,
that's right.
Fujii doesn't shy away from the heat over there. All right. Yeah. I love her. Really, I love all these actresses. I didn't have Felicity Jones in my predictions, but I'm going to leave her in here.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to remove Isabella Rossellini.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. Really more so just for the runtime.
Sure.
I like her. I think she's great in the movie, but it's almost like a cameo. I mean, she's just, I don't know, not in it very often. And it's definitely a piece that kind of is surrounded by a lot of more main characters. So I'm going to take her out, even though I did like her in the movie, but I'm going to replace her with Margaret Qualley from The Substance.
Love it.
Bam.
For my other alternate.
Yeah, bam. So it sounds like we had each other's alternates for our first picks. So that'll put us, man, Zoe Saldana's gone, buddy.
Yeah,
that'll put us for supporting actress, Felicity Jones for The Brutalist. Monica Barbaro stays, by the way, that would have been a lifeline had you tried to do that.
I would never.
Ariana Grande for Wicked, Joan Chen for Dee Dee, and Margaret Qualley for The Substance. That would be your supporting actress lineup. I hope the Academy watches this. I think we're killing this.
Yeah.
So that's only category left is lead actor. Is that right?
All right. This is the toughest one for me.
All right. So the current nominees for lead actor are Ray Fiennes for Conclave, Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice, Timothée Chalamet for A Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, and Adrian Brody for The Brutalist. This, you're right. We saved the best for last. This is a tough. I mean, all these dudes really do belong here. I mean, this is tough. And I'm first, right?
That's right.
So when I was making my notes for this earlier today, I thought this was the hardest category when I made the notes, and I actually put that in my notes. But I think I just have to take what my number 5 would be of these performances. I love all of them. They're all great. I just think the 5th best preferentially for me is Ray Fiennes from Conclave. So I would take him out.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
I don't know if the church is going to like that, but So you're okay with that? So I would take him out, and there's a lot of dudes that didn't get some love this season that
That's right.
I could throw in there, but there's one guy that was kind of getting some love, and then it kind of fizzled out. Who I think turns in. I mean, this guy's been acting for like 40 years.
Say it.
And
do it.
The last like 2 or 3 years, his roles are just this batshit crazy. Like he's just unhinged. I'm gonna say Hugh Grant.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, let's go.
He's so good at
I
that.
love that.
He's so good in that.
He's amazing.
So I would do Hugh Grant for Ray Fiennes.
Awesome. That's crazy. Right. I have that written down.
Oh wow. Like-minded, brother. We know what we're doing here. All right.
Okay,
what
now
do
it's
you got,
tough,
man? You
bro.
got the last. We didn't even have to use our. Well, maybe I don't know.
You might.
I still have mine.
You might.
All right.
Okay, so again, I like all these performances, even Ray Fiennes. I thought he was excellent in Conclave. Someone's got to be 5. He would be number 5, probably. It's close. It's close between my number 4 and 3, though. It's close. So I actually don't even mind if you use a lifeline here. But
oh boy,
next on the chopping block for me would be Timothée Chalamet.
Nah, lifeline, dude. No
okay.
Chanel.
I figured. I figured.
Yeah,
I figured.
Him and Mikey Madison are the two that I was reserving my lifeline for. If you'd have tried to remove either of those, so I can't let you take Timmy out. He's got to stay on the card when I put it up. So
that's cool.
Sorry, man.
I figured. Well, then, sorry, Donald Trump. You got to go.
Oh man. Okay.
Donald Trump. Got to go.
You know what might be surprising? Yeah, I don't know if you'll be surprised by this. My alternate, if I had to use it, was actually Adrian Brody. Isn't that bad?
Oh, really?
That's bad. He would be my number 4 of these. Yeah.
Someone's got to be 4. It's all good.
I mean, he's great. He's great. I just, it's just preference. But yeah, okay. So who are you going to slide in there for Sebastian Stan? You could actually get cute here, and you could put Sebastian Stan in again for.
That's why I'm laughing right now, because I have that in my notes. Should I do that? Should I do that? Because I do have another one too.
All right. Let's do the other. Here, let me at least tell me the other one if you.
Okay. So I have Sebastian Stan for A Different Man, which I love, and I also have Glenn Powell for Hitman.
That's what I had from our alternate, Glenn Powell. So you can do whichever you want. I support both of those. I love them. I prefer Stan in The Apprentice, like performance wise, even though the subject matter, whatever, is not the most uplifting thing in the world, but.
Yeah,
what he does performance wise in The Apprentice, and the commitment to it, and the courage to do it, and I loved A Different Man also, but I mean, he's had a great year, man. Him and Nicholas Hoult were like,
oh yeah, killing the game. In this fake experiment, Sebastian Stan has the real thing. Why not give Glenn Powell the love here? Glenn Powell for Hitman.
I love it, and that was my alternate too, man. That's great. He's so good in that. The American Psycho caricature.
Yeah, I love that one.
Kind of like Tilda Swinton thing he did or whatever.
Yep.
So the lead actor nominees would be Timothée Chalamet for A Complete Unknown. I saved him. Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing. Adrian Brody for The Brutalist. Glenn Powell for Hitman, and Hugh Grant for Heretic. Man. Wow, I got to go back and look at these cards. I thought we did really good there, right?
Yeah. And honestly, for the best actor one, R5 versus what was actually nominated, like I still like both.
Yeah,
so like
great.
No complaints there.
Pretty even swap.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to put you on the spot, man. It's January 30th or 29th. Sorry, I don't know what date it is. It's January 29th as we're recording. What's winning Best Picture this year? I'm putting you on the spot right now. January 29th. If you had to say right this moment, who's winning?
Emilio Perez.
What's winning?
Emilio Perez.
Yeah.
God.
It's
sad,
that's
right? Where I'm going. That's where I'm going.
Really sad. Yeah. I did my first power rankings a couple days ago, and it was number 1. I don't know. I think The Brutalist is right there, and I hope that it can do some stuff over the next couple weeks to.
I don't know. I just never saw it with The Brutalist, but I'm literally rooting for every single other movie. Like, again, I don't like Wicked. I gave it like a negative rating. All of a sudden, I'm a huge fan. Like all of a sudden. A Complete Unknown, thought it was solid. I would lose my mind if it won Best Picture. I'd be so happy. So
yeah, I hope we're not in for. I know you share this sentiment, but I just hope we're not in for another, Coda crash or fill in the blank with just like a deflating victory. Like I want to feel like I felt when Parasite won. You know what I mean? Where it was like they did it. You know, they did it. They picked the actual movie that it should have won. You know,
I don't know. See, the thing is, I think we're due for this.
Yeah,
I think we're due. We had Everything Everywhere in Oppenheimer. I think we're due for an all-time stinker right now.
Just a colossal fuck up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm with you, and I know the viewers and listeners aren't going to like that, but I think Emilia Perez is in the lead right now. I just don't, you know, maybe some of these controversies that, you know, we were joking about at the beginning might do something. I don't know, but
maybe.
Otherwise, they love it, man. They fucking love this thing.
That's what, like, Emilia Perez fans who get upset at this, like, listen, you're winning. So, like, congratulations, you know?
Yeah, nothing to be upset about.
Nothing to be upset about.
You guys have the narrative,
Yeah,
man, I think there could be some surprises on Oscar night that would make me happy. You know, I'm Still Here winning an international would be awesome.
Oh, my God, I need that so bad.
And that would actually perk me up a little bit for the Best Picture, too, because if it can't win international, Emilia Perez, then we might be like, oh, Honora or Brutalist or somebody kind of sneak in here for Best Picture. But it's a good crop, and we'll see what happens. But I'll have you back on sooner than later, Fujii, and we'll talk about how angry you are when they actually make their decisions.
That's right. Yep. Can't wait.
Yeah. This was a fun experiment, though. Fujii, I'm going to tag you down in the description of the video, but just tell them where they can find you. I know you're on YouTube right now.
Yeah, just my name, Jonathan Fujii, at YouTube, Twitter, Letterboxd, Instagram, the usual. Yeah. I'll be there.
Yeah, this guy's awesome, folks. If you like 2Ps, check this dude out. I mean, I do award season, but he really does award season. And him and I met. I was actually telling my wife about this, Jonathan. You and I met initially when you came on my old podcast, and it was probably 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And I remember at the time that, because I was just kind of not even really using my YouTube that much at the time. And I think you had like 1,500 or 2,000 followers at the time. And that was like 3 or 4 years ago. And now you've got over 20K. So, you know, you're real consistent over there, man. You have great content. And anytime it pops up on my thing when I log into YouTube, I make sure to check it out. So
I appreciate that.
You guys should do the same. Just check his stuff out in the description and hit up the guy that I like to call the film drunk. I know he's trying to be all professional now, but it's my film drunk over there.
It's still there. Still there deep down.
All right, man. This was fun. Happy award season.
That's right. Well, maybe, but yeah.
It's award season. I don't know if it's happy, but yeah.
Yep. Thanks for having me.